Every morning carries a quiet doorway, an opening into who we can become and what our day can turn into. Before the world begins to pull at our attention, before the noise floods our mind, there is a moment when the heart can choose its direction. And in that moment, there is a dua, a simple whisper that can transform the course of an entire day. A dua that reminds you that success is not built on rushing, hustling, or fear, but on aligning your heart with the one who writes all outcomes. When you begin your morning with this intention, with this surrender, you step into your day not alone, but carried, not anxious, but anchored, not lost, but guided. This is the dua for success every morning, a reminder that true strength starts within, and true success begins with Him. Every morning success begins with the heart turning to God through a sincere dua. And this truth is often hidden beneath the layers of rushing, routine, and the pace of our lives. When a person wakes up, the world instantly begins to shape their state. Notifications, responsibilities, anxieties, unfinished tasks, fears about the future, the weight of expectations, and the heaviness of yesterday's wounds. But before all of that, before the mind even fully awakens, there is a sacred opening placed gently into every soul. It is a moment before thought, before movement, before noise. It is the moment where the heart can choose its direction for the entire day. And in that moment, if the heart chooses remembrance, if it chooses to call upon its Creator, if it chooses sincerity, everything that follows is transformed. Because who you turn to first defines everything you carry afterward. When the heart begins with dua, it begins with clarity. When the heart begins with dua, it begins with alignment. When the heart begins with dua, it begins with purpose. Prepares your heart to meet the day with strength that does not come from you, but through you. The heart that begins with dua walks differently. It breathes differently. It reacts differently. When something goes wrong in the afternoon, the heart that began with dua does not crumble the same way a heart that relied only on itself does. When someone disappoints you, the heart rooted in the morning's remembrance does not fall apart as quickly. When plans shift, when unexpected news arrives, when difficulties appear, the heart anchored in the morning has a place to return to. It remembers that it was never meant to control outcomes in the first place. It remembers that success is not the absence of hardship, but the presence of divine support. And because of that, the heart stays steady even when the world moves unpredictably around it. There is a kind of success the world celebrates, a success built on achievements, recognition, wealth, and visible progress. But there is another success, a deeper one. A success that brings genuine peace. It is the success of waking up with light in your chest, walking with purpose, responding with calm, and sleeping with trust. This success is not loud. It does not need applause. It does not crumble when circumstances shift. It does not depend on other people. It is rooted in something eternal. And the seed of this kind of success is planted each morning through dua. A heart that begins with dua is not a heart seeking validation from the world. It is a heart seeking alignment with the one who controls the world. The dua for morning success is not only words on the tongue, it is the intention behind them. It is the humility of acknowledging that you do not know what the day will bring. It is the sincerity of admitting that you need guidance. It is the courage of surrendering your fears, your hopes, your plans, and your uncertainties. Of your effort belong to God alone. You can work from morning until night, yet without His blessing, the work will feel empty. You can try to manage every detail of your schedule, yet without His guidance, you will still feel lost. The morning dua is your declaration that you are not doing this alone. It is your way of stepping into the day with the awareness that success comes not from your strength, but from His mercy. Every morning, the heart has a choice. It can choose rush, distraction, self-reliance, and anxiety, or it can choose remembrance, surrender, sincerity, and trust. And whichever choice the heart makes becomes the tone of the entire day. When the heart chooses dua, it chooses alignment. When it chooses alignment, it chooses peace. And when it chooses peace, success becomes a natural outcome, not something forced. This is why the people who cultivate the habit of morning dua often feel a deep, emotional, and spiritual shift in their lives, their days begin to feel different. Their reactions become softer, their hearts become steadier, their minds become clearer. It is not because their lives are easier, it is because their mornings are anchored. And when the morning is anchored, the day stands firm. Because the foundation is strong, the structure of the day does not collapse under pressure. Dua becomes the foundation, the stabilizer, the quiet strength that holds everything together. The sincerity of your morning dua also shapes your intention. And intention is the soul of every action. When you wake up and ask for success, you are not only asking for external achievements, you are asking for guidance in your choices, purity in your motivations, protection from harm, clarity in confusion, and blessing in everything you touch. You are asking to be led toward what is good for you, even if you do not recognize it yet. And you are asking to be protected from what harms you, even if it appears appealing on the surface. This is the profound wisdom behind starting your day with dua. It realigns your intentions with what benefits your soul, not just your worldly goals. As the day progresses, challenges will appear, difficult people will test you, unexpected circumstances will shake you. Your plans may not unfold the way you imagined, but when your morning began with dua, you carry within you a spiritual immunity that softens these blows. You do not shatter, you do not collapse. You return again and again to the place of trust you established in the morning, and that return becomes your sanctuary. Many people ask for success, but not everyone asks for the kind of success that nourishes the heart. True success is not simply achieving something, it is achieving it with blessing, peace, and purpose. It is waking up knowing that your heart is guided, your steps are supported, and your path is illuminated by something greater than you. And this kind of success begins each morning with a dua whispered sincerely, softly, honestly, from a heart that knows where its true refuge lies. True success is measured by inner peace, clarity, and divine guidance. And this reality unfolds slowly within a person's life, often after they have spent years chasing things that never brought them the fulfillment they imagined. The world constantly teaches you that success is something external, something you can touch, display, or be applauded for. It tells you that what matters most is how much you own, how much recognition you earn, how far you climb, and how impressive your achievements look to others. But when you pause long enough, when you sit alone with your own heart and listen closely to what is happening inside it, you begin to realize that the world's version of success can never quiet the restlessness that rises within you. It can never give you the sense of direction you long for. It can never add meaning to your existence, because external success without inner grounding is like holding a treasure that turns to dust the moment you try to grasp it too tightly. There are people who look successful from the outside, but are collapsing on the inside. Their days are filled with rushing, their hearts with confusion, their nights with anxiety, and their minds with an endless list of fears. They have everything the world told them would make them happy: wealth, status, beauty, relationships, achievements, yet they feel empty, unsettled, restless. This is because true success has never been measured by what the eyes can see. It is measured by what the heart can carry: a heart full of peace, a mind full of clarity, and a soul guided by something greater than itself are worth more than anything the world can offer. This type of inner success does not fade with time, it does not crumble under pressure, and it does not depend on external circumstances. It is rooted in a connection that no disappointment can sever. Inner peace is not something fragile that appears only when life is calm. It is a strength that remains even when storms rise. True success is when your heart knows how to remain steady, how to trust, how to breathe through difficulty without losing itself. It is when you can look at uncertainty and still feel anchored. It is when hardship does not break you, but refines you. And this kind of peace does not come from your own power. It comes from remembering the one who created your heart, the one who softens what feels heavy, the one who protects what feels vulnerable. Without this connection, your inner world becomes noisy no matter how quiet the room is. With this connection, your inner world becomes calm even in the midst of chaos. Clarity is another sign of true success. Many people move through life on autopilot, reacting instead of choosing, drifting instead of directing, surviving instead of living. They do not know what they are chasing or why. They follow trends, expectations, obligations, and societal definitions without ever asking themselves what their soul truly needs. When you do not have clarity, you can become successful at the wrong things. You can spend years climbing a ladder only to realize it was leaning against the wrong wall. You can invest your energy, your time, your heart into something that was never aligned with your purpose. Clarity saves you from that. It gives you the ability to see what matters and what does not. It teaches you what to hold on to and what to release. It helps you recognize the difference between temporary satisfaction and lasting fulfillment. And clarity comes from guidance, not from guesswork. Divine guidance is the light that enters your life when you open your heart in sincerity, humility, and surrender. This guidance is not always loud. Often it comes in whispers. It is the quiet assurance that moves you away from harm, even when you do not understand why. It is the subtle pull towards something good, even when your fears try to hold you back. It is the ease that appears in your decisions when you ask for help from the one who knows what lies ahead. It is the feeling of being carried through situations you thought would break you. When your heart is guided, your choices become wiser. Your steps become more deliberate. Your life becomes more meaningful. You stop chasing illusions and start pursuing what is real. This is why true success begins with inner peace, clarity, and divine guidance. If you gather these three, the rest of your life aligns naturally. But if you lack them, no amount of external achievement will fill the emptiness. And yet many people spend their entire lives chasing the wrong kind of success. They run behind things that exhaust them. They compare themselves to others in a way that steals their joy. They try to control everything, forgetting that control is an illusion. They try to carry burdens that were never meant for them. They build their identity on things that can be taken away in a moment. It is no wonder that they feel lost, afraid, or unfulfilled. Inner peace does not come from having a perfect life. It comes from having a grounded heart. It comes from trust. It comes from knowing that you are held even when you cannot see the outcome. It comes from understanding that life will not always go according to your plan, but it will always unfold according to a wisdom far greater than yours. When your heart accepts this truth, burdens become lighter, stress becomes manageable, fear becomes something you can breathe through. You begin to live with a sense of calm that nothing external can disturb. This is a kind of success no one can measure with numbers, but it is the kind that changes everything. A person with clarity lives differently. They do not move aimlessly. They do not say yes to everything. They do not allow distractions to pull them away from what matters. They know their purpose, or at least they are seeking it with sincerity. They understand that not every opportunity is good for their soul. Not every path is meant for them. Not every voice deserves their attention. They choose with intention. They act with awareness. They live with meaning. Clarity is not simply knowing what to do. It is knowing why you are doing it. And when you have that inner why, your actions gain power. Guidance from God softens even the hardest roads. It turns confusion into direction, fear into trust, pressure into patience. When you seek guidance, you acknowledge that you are not meant to walk through life alone. You are not expected to know everything. You are not required to carry the weight of your future by yourself. You are simply invited to return, to ask, to seek. And when you do, guidance unfolds in ways you did not expect. Sometimes it comes through intuition, sometimes through signs, sometimes through opportunities opening or closing, sometimes through people, sometimes through moments of deep stillness. But it always comes, and it always carries wisdom. There is a reason why success rooted in divine guidance lasts. It is because it does not rely on unstable foundations. It does not depend on the opinions of others. It does not crumble when plans shift. It does not disappear when circumstances change. It is a success that belongs to your soul, not to your ego. It uplifts you instead of draining you. It humbles you instead of inflating you. It brings you closer to purpose instead of pulling you away from it. This is the success that truly matters, the success that defines a meaningful life. Imagine two people, one who has everything the world praises, but no P, and one who has modest means, but a heart full of contentment, clarity, and spiritual grounding. The world may envy the first, but the soul envies the second. The second person wakes with trust, moves with purpose, sleeps with ease. The first wakes with pressure, moves with fear, sleeps with restlessness. True success is not in what you possess, it is in what possesses you. When inner peace possesses your heart, when clarity possesses your mind, when guidance possesses your decisions, you walk through the world differently. You walk with a kind of stability that success built only on worldly measures can never give. Society teaches you to compete, to rush, to compare, to achieve endlessly, but your soul teaches you to pause, to reflect, to connect, to realign. There's a difference between the noise of the world and the wisdom of the soul. One pushes you to exhaustion, the other pulls you toward truth. One drains you, the other fills you. One distracts, the other guides. And the more you listen to your soul, the more you understand that success is not something you chase. It is something you cultivate from within. External success can be taken away, but inner success cannot. Wealth can be lost, positions can be replaced, beauty can fade, people can change, but the strength of your heart remains. The clarity of your purpose remains. The guidance you seek remains. These are the things that make your life whole. These are the things that carry you through the darkest moments. These are the things that allow you to rise again, even when everything around you falls apart. True success is resilience with grace. It is strength with humility. It is striving with surrender. Every person reaches a moment where they must decide what kind of success they want to pursue. Some choose the world's version and spend their lives climbing with exhaustion. Some choose the inward peace, and find a richness that external success could never match. The inward path does not mean neglecting your goals. It means ensuring your goals are aligned with guidance. It means working with intention, not desperation. It means striving with balance, not burnout. It means moving with purpose, not pressure. It means understanding that your efforts matter, but the outcome belongs to God. When your heart is peaceful, your life becomes peaceful. When your mind is clear, your choices become clear. When your soul is guided, your path becomes guided. This is the essence of real success. You do not need the whole world to validate you. You need your heart to be anchored, your mind to be certain, and your soul to be connected. When these align, even small achievements feel meaningful. Even simple days feel fulfilling. Even challenges feel purposeful. True success is not loud. It is quiet, deep, steady. It is found in the way you breathe during difficulty, the way you respond to pain, the way you return to God when life tests you. It is found in the gentleness of your heart, in the patience of your actions, in the stillness of your trust. It is found in the way you move through the world without losing yourself. This success belongs to those who seek guidance every morning, who align their day with remembrance, who begin with surrender instead of stress. This success belongs to those who understand that what is inside them shapes everything around them. And when you cultivate that inner world with sincerity, your entire life transforms. The morning dua realigns your intentions and strengthens your spiritual foundation. And this truth becomes clearer the more you reflect on what your intentions truly shape in your life. Every action you take, every decision you make, every path you walk begins with an intention, even if you are not aware of it. Intention is the unseen force behind everything visible. It is the quiet spark that sets the direction of your day and, over time, the direction of your life. But intentions are delicate, easily influenced by emotions, fears, desires, distractions, and external pressures. Without conscious alignment, your intentions can drift far from what benefits your soul. And this is why the morning dua matters so deeply. It realigns everything inside you before the world can pull you away from yourself. When you wake up, your heart is closest to its natural state. It has not yet absorbed the noise of the day, the opinions of others, the weight of responsibilities. In these early moments, your intention is like soft clay, still able to be shaped with clarity and sincerity. When you begin by turning your heart to God, by asking Him to guide your intention, you shape that clay with purpose. You say, even without words, that you want your day to be meaningful, that you want your actions to flow from the right place, that you want your steps to lead you toward what is good for your soul. This alignment, at the beginning of the day, becomes the anchor that holds your intention steady, even when life becomes chaotic. Intention is more powerful than people realize. You can perform the same action with two different intentions and have completely different spiritual outcomes. You can help someone with sincerity and earn blessing, or help someone for recognition and gain nothing meaningful. You can work hard with humility and be elevated, or work hard with ego and find yourself empty. You can speak with honesty and heal, or speak with selfishness and harm. The difference is not in the action itself, it is in the intention behind it. And this is why the morning dua is essential. It purifies your intention before you enter the world of choices, reactions, and interactions. When you begin your day with dua, you are not simply asking for success or protection or ease, you are asking for alignment. You are asking that your heart stays connected to its true purpose, even as you move through the distractions of the world. You are asking that your intention stays clean, even when your environment becomes complicated. You are asking that your actions become a reflection of your sincerity, not your insecurity. You are asking that your decisions are shaped by wisdom, not fear. And this alignment is what creates a spiritual foundation strong enough to withstand the storms that may arise throughout the day. A person without intention is like a ship without a compass. They drift, react, and get pulled in multiple directions by whatever wind blows strongest. They say yes when they mean no. They follow trends instead of truth. They lose themselves trying to please everyone. Their heart becomes tangled in the expectations of the world. But a person whose morning begins with dua walks with clarity. They remember what matters. They remember why they are here. They remember that life is not a race to impress, but a journey to become. They move with purpose instead of pressure. They choose with awareness instead of impulse. Their foundation is not easily shaken because it is built on something sacred, something deeper than circumstances. The spiritual foundation that morning dua creates is not something dramatic or loud. It is quiet, steady, and consistent. It is the kind of strength that grows over time, like the roots of a tree sinking deeper into the earth. You may not notice it instantly, but it transforms the way you experience your entire day. When your foundation is strong, your reactions become calmer, you forgive more easily, you let go of small annoyances instead of allowing them to consume you. You resist temptations that would have pulled you away from your values. You speak with more intention. You think with more clarity. You treat others with more compassion. This is the power of a heart that begins its day connected, aligned, and grounded. People often underestimate how fragile their spiritual foundation becomes when they rush into the day without centering themselves, without grounding. The smallest inconvenience feels overwhelming. The slightest criticism feels personal. The smallest delay feels like a failure. The most minor disagreement becomes a battle. The heart becomes reactive instead of reflective, impulsive instead of intentional, scattered instead of anchored. But the heart that begins with dua remembers its place. It remembers that it is not in control of everything and that it doesn't need to be. It remembers that difficulties are part of the journey, not signs of abandonment. It remembers that peace comes from trust, not from perfect circumstances. This is why the morning dua has such a transformative effect. It shifts the heart from self-reliance to divine reliance. It takes the weight off your shoulders and places it in the hands of the one who can carry it. It softens your inner world so that life can no longer harden you the way it used to. It makes you resilient, not because you are strong by yourself, but because you are supported by something far stronger. When your intentions are aligned each morning, your entire day becomes an act of awareness.